my name is Travis Scott. Thanks for tuning into my very first video. I am the same Travis Scott that I believe had a meal named after him at McDonald's. I went there one day and I was like, how do they know what I like? And it was already on the screen. Listen, today is October the 12th. Yesterday was October the 11th. And at our hunting camp, we were doing chicken wings, crispy chicken wings, video to come later. And we were also doing French fries. Not air fryer fries, French fries in actual oil. And we made some homemade ranch. And somebody said, hey, have you ever watched those ranch videos on YouTube? And I was like, no, I make better ranch than they do, I bet. He said, you sure do. So we pulled one up and it had over 1 million views. And I would have said, ain't no way, but somebody already says that. And I do like your videos, Dustin. Shout out Dustin Hadley. So I said, say what now? They were like, your ranch has got to be better than theirs. So we made theirs, and we felt like it was better than theirs. So we're going to get into this pretty quick. I'm going to tell you that I think this is the best ranch, and I've looked for a ranch recipe for years. There was a restaurant in my hometown that had the best ranch for dipping fries or wings or whatnot. And I could never get the recipe out of any of the employees. I could never get the recipe out of the owner. So I searched, and by chance came up with this recipe. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it. Now, the one thing I will warn you, if you're going to use it, please make it the night before and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. But let's jump into the ingredients. And the first ingredients, 2 cups mayo. Now, in the comment section, if you use anything other than Duke's, I think you're wrong, but I don't like mayonnaise. I know right there you're saying, why are you making ranch and you don't even like mayonnaise? My wife says the same thing. I like ranch, I just don't like mayonnaise by itself. So, when I get the mayonnaise out and I get it all over the spoon and it gets on my hands, I really don't like that. So, I do my best not to get the spoon and the mayonnaise all over me. So, you're going to use 2 cups or 1 pint of mayonnaise. And that first step I gave you, I don't see any mayonnaise. That first step I gave you was real important, but this step's just as important. Whisk the mayonnaise for at least 34.5 seconds. All right? So your mayonnaise looks like this. Take a whisk. And you're going to do this for 34.5 seconds. Just set a timer on your phone. Now, I'm doing high speed. If I do high speed, I can do it for 27.5 seconds. So you determine if you're going to do medium speed or high speed. Whatever you choose, just make sure you get that mayonnaise whisked around. All right? So I'm going to repeat that. 2 cups mayo. Duke's mayo. Duke's, if you want to sponsor me, I would love for you to. Because anytime I use mayonnaise, I use Duke's. 1 cup buttermilk. Now, before I put the buttermilk in here, I shook it up real good, poured it in. I'm going to pour it in. Then I'm going to whisk that around a little bit. I want to combine those 2 ingredients. For 12 seconds before I put in my dry seasonings. So, once you get to the dry seasonings, you're going to put in 1 teaspoon onion powder. You're going to put in 1 teaspoon garlic powder. You're going to put in 1 teaspoon black pepper. But if you're not a big pepper fan, start out with a half a teaspoon black pepper. So, that's totally up to you. Sometimes I think they put way too much pepper in the ingredients list for a recipe, and every time I have to cut it back. So, if you want to, half a teaspoon. If you're a pepper person, a full teaspoon. Drop that in. Let's stir those first 3 ingredients in. First 3 dry ingredients. If I brought these real close, could you tell which one was the salt and which one was the pepper? You realize what I said, right? Which one was the salt and which one was the sugar? Salt and pepper go together? Not in this case. This is 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm going to stir that around. And I'm going to end with 2 teaspoons of parsley. Now, you can get fresh parsley. And if you do, more power to you. But I am using bought parsley off of the sugar aisle. I call it sugar aisle. Could be the flour aisle. What do you call it? Let me know in the comments. Alright, so dump the parsley in. Again, that's 2 teaspoons. And you want to give this one final whisk. And this whisk is going to last 19.5 seconds. You want to get everything mixed around, especially that sugar. And what I like to do after that 19.5 seconds is take my whisk, lay it on a paper towel because I hate messes, and use a spoon just to get the sides and the bottom. Once I do that, I go to pour it in my jar. I am a terrible aimer, so I use this to help make sure I don't make a mess, because the less my wife has to clean up, the better. And as you can see, this makes about 1 quart. 1 quart is 2 pints, or 4 cups. Now, one thing I'm going to sneak out of the view to get is the top. I would love to know who has the most Duke's mayonnaise tops. I keep these. I don't know why. I don't need them all. But they always come in handy to seal up my ranch, my sour cream, or my tartar sauce. Both those recipes to come later. Listen, let me know in the comments how many Duke's mayonnaise tops you have. I think I have 100, but I'm going to count and I'll put it in the comments myself. Remember, let this sit overnight, at least 12 hours. If you want to have it on your pancakes, you can try it. I hadn't tried that yet. Put in the comments how that goes. I would love to hear from you. Hey,